Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Phoenix 76 Tech Talk. My name is John. I'm going to be chatting with my friend Amy here. I'll tell you a little bit about myself, and then I got a couple of questions for Amy. But like I said, my name's John. I'm in the technology and talent services, aka the staffing industry. I started as a technical recruiter. I've been an account manager, an operational leader, and now I'm a diversity inclusion leader, helping multinational organizations achieve their ESG, CSR, and DEI goals. And those acronyms are environmental, social, and governance for ESG. DEI is diversity, equity, and inclusion, and CSR is corporate social responsibility. So, Amy, I already shared, you're an HR professional. Can you tell us how you got into that industry?
Sure. Um, I got into the industry. I actually found myself doing data entry. That's how I got in. I had a friend who got me a job doing data entry in HR. And that's the wonderful thing that I love about being an HR systems person, because you don't have to start in technology. You can start around technology. You can be technology adjacent.
Mm,
So you maybe start in a small job and then you work your way over to technology. But that's how I ended up really getting into technology. I started out doing data entry, went into data analytics, and that's how I started.
I love that. You mentioned technology adjacent, right? Here I am, diversity, inclusion, technical recruiting, UNHR. For folks that are listening, what do you believe someone needs to get into the HR field? And before you answer, I think some things that I think about as a recruiter is the people skills, right? The soft skills, being able to build a relationship, connect, but also actively listen when someone is telling you what they want to do and where they take their career. That's on my side, right? Being that consultative partner for people and organizations. But what about on the HR side? What are some things that people need to break into that field?
Sure. Those collaborative skills are really important. I would say you need to have a mindset of identifying problems, but lending your energy to solutions. That means that you're not going to linger on a problem for very long. You're going to understand the problem and then you just want to find answers. How do I fix that problem? And, if you're on the technology side, you're going to think about how do I do that with technology? So that's, I think, one of the big skills that is not necessarily a technical skill and not necessarily a soft skill. It's kind of like a marriage of the two.
I love that. I love that. I guess another question for you, Amy, would be why? Was there anything else that you wanted to do? Why did you choose this technology industry?
It's a great question. As a Black woman, I really felt like I needed to be in a space where that would not hold me back. And human resources is a great place for that. There's a lot of women in human resources, and there are, and you are a prime example, right? You're in DE&I. We model that for the rest of the company. So there's always a lot of diversity there. So I thought,
Yeah.
okay, I want to work someplace. I didn't know what I wanted to do, to be honest with you. It was all up in the air. I graduated with a sociology degree. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I felt like I'd be a little safer there. Like I could move up and I wouldn't have these other factors impacting me. How
Yeah,
about you?
sociology degrees unite. I'm a sociology degree person as well. Um, yeah, for me, it's similar a little bit. I really just wanted to make an impact on people, which is why I chose this industry. And when you think about a job, and when you think about making the world a better place, why not go this route, right? So, being that this is a tech talk, Amy, I'm curious how you identify in this industry. Do you identify as a technical professional or someone that is technology adjacent, and why?
I do. And the reason is because I am working mostly on solutioning for the systems. I'll go in, I manage the folks who do the configuration, but I did configuration for a very long time, going in there, doing some coding sometimes I had to do. I work with tech partners as well who do actually do the coding when there are interfaces and things like that. Uh, and so I'm always, and this role can sit in HR or it can sit in IT. And I've done the same job in either. And there are reasons why HR likes to have their IT folks in HR, but I'm definitely in the tech world.
I love it. So, In my experience, back when I was a recruiter, I would meet with a lot of people who say they want to break into the technology industry, or wow, I heard so many great things about tech. I want to be in that industry. But some people really don't understand what it is they want to do because it's so vast. Like I
Yes.
consider myself someone that's technology adjacent within the industry. I dabble, but I don't think I'm that technical myself. So, from your perspective, Amy, um, what are some of the misconceptions about this industry, if any?
I think one of the biggest misconceptions about people in technology is that they're like a bunch of dorks just sitting around looking at a computer and typing on a computer all day.
Yeah.
And I spend probably 60 to 70% of my time collaborating with others,
Wow.
working with other people to build systems that are going to be sustainable and that are going to be scalable for the company. In order to do that, you have to really understand people, how they work, how data gets in and out. So you have to understand their processes. And so I don't spend as much time sitting on the computer doing work as I do talking to people.
Absolutely. Yeah, we just have to seek to understand and ask questions because so many people think you have to be a coder or programmer or know cybersecurity or something, and you don't necessarily have to be in the industry and thrive in the industry. So I want to shift gears a little bit to intersectionality, Amy, and I want to ask you how being a Black woman in technology or in the technology industry, excuse me, has impacted your career.
Yeah. So remember, I told you I went into HR for this exact reason. But I would say, whenever I'm on the IT side, I definitely do notice that it is male dominant.
Hmm.
And so that has been difficult for me. So I kind of try to stay towards the HR tech roles because of that, right? Because I know that I'm gonna have to work a little bit harder, and I've always felt, even just as a Black woman, even in HR, I have to work a little bit harder. I think that's probably the sooner that you understand that, and that you give that little extra, is when you'll really start to see results in the work that you're doing there. You'll see yourself moving and growing, but you do have to put in a little extra.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Amy, you have a wealth of experience, and obviously, you and I know each other. We've had conversations, and I pride myself on authenticity. I didn't coin what I'm about to say myself. I wish I did. But for me, I believe that authenticity is a new professional, meaning you show up as you are, and that employers and leaders should judge us being folks from historically marginalized populations, by the quality of our work and the content that comes out of our mouth, not necessarily how we look or what we wear. Where I'm going with that is when you think about folks that are looking to break into technology, some of them are career changers, Amy, but some of them are younger, meaning this might be their first or second career in corporate America. They might be a fresh graduate. What advice would you have in terms of motivation? Because when you are part of a group, the Black community, that is only 8% of the IT workforce, there may be challenges, right? So, what advice as well as motivation would you have for folks that are trying to break in?
I think one of the biggest soft skills that you can grow and flex that will get you in are going to be your collaboration skills. Like, so even if you don't have those hard skills, if you have good collaboration skills and you can work with people and you can interact with people well. And so when you say authenticity, I mean, we're keeping it real, but we're always going to be professional, right? We're always going to be, you can maybe wear your t-shirt, and you can wear your sneakers, and you can wear your hair how you like, but we always want to present, you know, professionally. And once you're doing that and you have collaboration skills, you can move into this area pretty
I
easily.
love it. I love it. When I think about my career, I've been in this industry. I'm in year 11. In June, it'll be 11 years. And um, mentors and sponsors that I've had have granted me access to their networks and has helped me grow in my career. And for anyone that's watching this video that may not understand what I'm saying when I say mentor and sponsor, quickly, a mentor is someone that's going to push you and challenge you, guide you. Sponsor is going to help you get into rooms that you don't have access to yet, in my opinion. So, Amy, I'm curious about mentorship and sponsorship. It's a two-part question. how has mentorship and how has sponsorship helped you elevate in your career?
Yeah. So I remember my first mentor in this space. She noticed my Excel work, and this is we're talking 25 or so years ago. I've been in the game a little bit longer, John. But I would say I just made friends with her, and I was just like, show me what you do. And they're really open to teaching you, showing you, telling you, hey, there's this job that's opening up over there. I know there's going to be an easy way to get in if you do this, this, and that. They'll tell you how to do it. So when you make friends with those data analysts, make friends with the HRIS people if you're in systems. But wherever you are, make friends with the tech people. These are going to be your people who are doing the reporting and the analytics. These are going to be the people who maybe they are doing the coding, and they can show you, put you on with something. I know that I did my first I wouldn't call it an internship because it wasn't related to school, but I kind of like tacked myself onto a project. I got my mentor to get me in on this project, and we worked together on it. And I learned a lot from her. And I also learned that this is really where I wanted to be. Now, as far as sponsorship, remember I talked about a lot about collaboration. So once I knew where I wanted to be, it would be the sponsor who was impressed with my collaborative skills, who would be able to put me in a position to take advantage of opportunities in that space. So
Amazing.
that's how it's worked for me.
I love it. Thank you so much. Final question for you, Amy, because I mentioned twice now, I think I said career changers and folks that might be just graduating from college. In your opinion, do we need a college degree to break into technology? And before you answer, I'll say, in my opinion, I always say no. I
No.
always focus on how bad do you want it? How hard are you willing to work? Are you willing to go get certifications? Are you willing to enroll in YouTube University, right? And get some
Yes.
of the free training that's available to us. So I know you just said no. Anything you want to elaborate on that in terms of why we don't need a degree?
I would agree with you 100%. And a lot of a lot of companies are taking away their degree requirements, and they're saying, oh, if you've been in this space for X number of years, so you might have to sit in a space for a little bit, but the time that you spend in could mean that, okay, you don't have to go get a degree because you have X number of years in this space. So for those of you who are transferring into this space, into technology, think about what are those transferable skills and say, I've been doing this for 5 years. You don't need a degree now. Right? Have you experienced that, John?
I have 100%. Like, I have a degree myself, but I say it all the time. I agree with you. You do not need one. I've helped people that are fresh out of high school, and I've helped people that were teachers or did something else for 10 years, and now they are software engineers, data center technicians, project managers, you name it. So I agree with you 100%. Amy, I know that we are out of time. I appreciate you so much. This has been extremely valuable, and I hope everyone enjoyed this conversation.
Thanks, John.